Hi, Phanessa here. In this video we are making this knots slouch beanie. I designed this for the bullying prevention month. It's in October. So Lion Brand provided this lovely yarn. This is their Scarfie and it's category 5 and it's the color cream and teal. So I'll leave a link for information about the bullying prevention month and how you can help by donating a beanie. Their goal is to collect 25,000 beanies by August 1st. All the information will be on the blog post and the description box below. Okay, before we start, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications if you're interested in receiving notifications for any videos I post. Okay, so this tutorial is going to be for an adult size. This is about 20 to 22 inches in circumference, and it is a slouch beanie, so it is about 11.5 inches tall from the brim all the way to the crown. Okay. So I used about half of the ball of yarn, and it was about 312 yards for the whole ball. Okay, and you'll need a size I 5.5 for the brim, and for the main portion of the beanie is a size K 6.5. And you'll need a stitch marker, a pair of scissors, tape measure, and a tapestry needle. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so starting with a smaller hook size, you want to start with a slip knot, and we're going to chain 7. Okay, working in the second chain from the hook. This is the first chain here. That's the second. We're going to turn it slightly and insert our hook into the humps, so the back side. Okay, so we're going to work 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. Okay, into the next stitch, still working in the back side, work your second single crochet, and then work a single crochet in each of the chain stitches across. Okay, so now we want to work row 2, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to work through the back loops. We're going to work single crochet stitches through the back loops. This is the front loop here, and that's the back. So here are both loops. Here's the front, and there's the back. Okay, so into the first stitch through the back loop, work your first single crochet, and then into the back loops of every stitch across, work 1 single crochet. And that's going to be pretty much what you will do all the way up to row 55. Okay, that's row 2. Row 3, chain 1 and turn, and you just repeat. Okay, so make sure you work 55 rows, and then we will join the brim. Okay, so you should have 55 rows. This is just a sample, so I'm going to stop here, and then you should end on the same side as your beginning tail. Okay, so now you're going to join these short ends and make sure that the beginning tail is in front of you. You're going to work slip stitches across, inserting through the beginning stitches here first, and then through the back loop of the last row you just worked. Okay, work your slip stitch, into the next stitch, and then the back loop of the other side, work a slip stitch. Okay, you're going to continue that all the way across. Okay, so you're going to want to turn your brim so that the seam is on the inside. Okay, so now we're going to switch our hook size to the larger hook size. This is the size K, 6.5. Okay, so now you're going to work 56 single crochet stitches all the way around the brim, and you should have 55 rows. So you want to work 1 single crochet for each of the rows that you've worked, plus 1, since we want 56. Okay, so chain 1 into the same stitch. You want to work your single crochet. Okay, so the next row right here, right on the top stitch through the V's, work your next single crochet. So the next row is down here, going through this top stitch here, but you want to work through 2 loops so you don't create a hole. Okay, and then back on the next row here, right through the V's. So it's 1 stitch per row, and then since you need 1 additional stitch, you're just going to increase somewhere, anywhere on your brim. So let's work on the next row. So I'm going to increase right here. Okay, so I've placed 1 single crochet, and I'm going to work another single crochet right into that same stitch. So there's my 1 increase. Okay, so you should end with 56 single crochet stitches all the way around. Okay, so now you want to join your round by working 1 slip stitch into the very first single crochet. Okay, so now we're going to start round 2, chain 1, and then for the first 4 stitches you're going to work 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. Okay, so place your stitch marker in the first stitch, and then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to continue working 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. Okay, so the very next stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the repeat, 4 single crochets, and then chain 4, and then 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 single crochets. Okay, I have my last set here. 1, 2, 3, and then the last stitch, 4. So don't forget, you want to end with your chain 4, and then you want to slip stitch to the first single crochet. Okay, round 3, chain 1, and then what you're going to do is work 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So the first stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's put the stitch marker back here. Okay, so when you get to this chain 4 stitch, you're going to want to keep that in the front, and then in the very next single crochet, insert your hook, and then work a single crochet. So I like to make sure this is in the front. I usually hold it with my thumb, whatever works for you. Okay, so here's the single crochet right after the chain 4. You want to work your single crochet first, make sure it's tight, and then just push the chain 4 forward. I find that that's probably the easiest way. And then work your next set of 4 single crochets. Okay, that's 2, 3, 4. So you're basically just working 1 single crochet all the way across. Okay, so I'm at the next chain 4 stitch. I'm going to work right into the next single crochet, making sure my chain 4 is in the front. Okay, you want to make sure that your single crochet from either side of your chain 4 is tight, because the point is you want to pull the stitches together so that you get this little tiny knot. Okay, so this one is a little tricky because it's the last chain 4 stitch and you don't have a single crochet to work in, but you want to slip stitch to that very next stitch, which is the first stitch of the round. Okay, so you're going to insert your hook into that first stitch and then just make sure that the chain 4 is in the front and work your slip stitch. Okay, so next round is going to be 1 round of double crochet stitches in every stitch around. What I'm going to do is a chainless double crochet, so pull it up as tall as your double crochet stitch will be. Place your finger here, turn it all the way around behind, insert it into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over and pull through 2. I have a slower video for that and I will link that in the corner of the video. So I'm just going to mark my first double crochet stitch. And then so that's your first stitch. Into the next one you're going to work a double crochet stitch, and in every stitch around work 1 double crochet. Okay, so that was my last stitch. And here where I placed my stitch marker, I am going to join the round with a slip stitch into the first double crochet stitch. And if you chain 3, you'll slip stitch to the 3rd chain. Okay, so now I'm ready for the next round. So now we're going to place the little knots in between these 2 knots. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 and work 2 single crochets first, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. Place your marker here, chain 4, and then work 4 single crochet stitches, 1 in each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's similar to this one, except we're just placing the chain 4 stitches in between these 2. Okay, so you're just going to repeat that all the way around. Okay, so since we started with 2 single crochets first, we're going to end with 2 single crochets. Okay, so here's the 4 single crochets, chain 4, and then 1 single crochet into each of the last 2 stitches. Slip stitch to the first single crochet to join, chain 1, and then we're working 1 single crochet in every stitch around, just like we did down here where we pushed the chain 4 forward. Okay, so here's the first stitch. Second stitch, and then into the next one, making sure your chain 4 is in the front. 2, 3, 4, and then behind the chain 4 stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't worry too much about it, because you can always push it forward when you're done if it gets stuck in the back. See? Okay. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet. Okay, round 7. I'm going to work 1 round of just double crochet stitches, just like we did before, and then join with a slip stitch to the first double crochet stitch. And this is the last round for the 6 round repeat. Okay, so you're going to want to repeat rounds 2 to 7 twice, and then we'll start to decrease. Okay, so I'm going to start to decrease right away because my sample is small, and you should have repeated rounds 2 to 7 twice. Okay, so for the first round of decrease, we're going to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet into the first stitch. Okay, and then we're going to decrease the next 2 stitches. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, now you want to yarn over and pull through all 3. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, chain 4, and then repeat. Okay, so we're starting again with 1 single crochet, single crochet 2 together, and then 1 single crochet, chain 4, 1 single crochet, single crochet 2 together, 1 single crochet, chain 4, 1 single crochet, single crochet 2 together, 1 single crochet, chain 4. Repeat all the way around. Okay, I'm at the end. Don't forget your final chain 4, and then slip stitch to the first single crochet. Okay, round 2 of decrease is pretty much like you've worked before, 1 single crochet in every stitch around, and then you want to make sure that the chain 4 stitch is in the front. Okay, and then just know that you have 3 stitches between now instead of 4. That's because we decreased 2 of the stitches into 1 in the last round. Okay, so I'm at the end. I'm going to slip stitch to the first stitch, which was right there. Forgot my stitch marker again. Okay, round 3. We want to start with a double crochet stitch, or you can chain 3 if you prefer. Okay, so now we're going to double crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches. And to work a double crochet 2 together, you want to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So don't complete your double crochet stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now you want to yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, so now we're going to repeat 1 double crochet 2 together, 1 double crochet 2 together. Okay, so I'm at the end and I just worked my last double crochet 2 together. I'm going to slip stitch to the first double crochet stitch. If you worked a chain 3, go ahead and slip stitch to the third chain from your beginning chain 3. So we're going to chain 1 and work 2 single crochet stitches. So 1 in each of the next 2. Okay. So now we're going to chain 4. And then 2 single crochet stitches. So 1 in each of the next 2, chain 4, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, chain 4, and then slip stitch to the first single crochet, chain 1. And then what you're going to do is work 1 single crochet in every stitch around. And then there's 2 stitches now in between the chain 4. So we're just going to work into the next stitch. Make sure you push that chain 4 up. Okay, so I'm at the end. And I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet. Make sure that chain 4 is forward. Okay, so it looks a little small, but your beanie should have a larger hole, so it won't be as difficult to work with. So for round 6, you're going to either chain 3 or work your first double crochet stitch in the very first stitch. And then you're going to work double crochet 2 together, 1 double crochet in the next, double crochet 2 together. Okay, work that all the way around. Okay, slip stitch to the first double crochet stitch. Now the last round is going to be round 7, chain 1, 1 single crochet, and then single crochet 2 together all the way around. 1 single crochet, single crochet 2 together. Okay, just slip stitch to the first single crochet. Okay, that's it. I know this looks really like a cone, more like a cone. It's only because I'm decreasing for this size hat on this little sample. Okay, so it's not going to look like a cone, hopefully, in yours. Okay, so just fasten off. And what you're going to do is run your tail through the remaining stitches. So this is really small. I probably have, let's see, about 6 stitches left, I think. Anyway, you're just going to run your yarn needle through the top. You should definitely have more than 6 stitches. Okay, you want to weave your ends on the inside. Okay, just run it through a couple of loops, wrap it around your needle, holding the base, pull it through. Don't forget your beginning tail. Okay, make sure you weave in your beginning tail as well. Okay, you can add a palm if you like. I'll leave a couple of videos for different palms. Make sure that you push your little chain 4s out if they sort of popped back in. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.